All right, cool. All right, that's it. We're on live. We should be at least. Audio technician, let me know if we're on live and if everything's go ahead. Let me see. Hopefully it's working today. Yep, we're on live. Looks like
That's
it.
awesome.
Second. Believe so. Okay. Looks like we're fine. Dude, freaking I can't stand this freaking heat. It's been horrible at work. I don't know. How have you been dealing with the heat?
Um, well, I had to do my 3 mile run today
Mm-hmm.
earlier, and you just have to deal with it. There's nothing you could do.
Jesus.
Burns a lot of fat though.
Yeah. Freaking I was at like I said at work usually. It sucks cuz we're working outside and stuff. So it's so
Hmm.
freaking hot out there. Dude, a lot of people, you know what they do? They freaking bring like four to five different shirts to change during the day and we're only working like 7 hours a day. It's crazy.
Audio tech,
Wow.
Yeah.
maybe raise the guest's volume slightly, but not too much.
Okay. Yeah, so we got this guy. Listen, dude, we got this huge guy. It's freaking crazy. We call him Door Frame. This dude, I'm telling you, everybody's scared of him. Nobody talks to him. I don't even know if he speaks. We've never heard him speak. He's about 6'7". He has to weigh like 550. He changes his shirt like 7 to 8 times throughout the day. Dude, and the crazy thing is, when he wrings his shirt out, because he wrings it out, when he wrings it out, he freaking has a bucket, a 5 gallon bucket that he basically like fills up with his sweat and he tosses it out the window. It's
Ugh.
disgusting.
This guy like a college football player or something.
No, it's just a construction worker. They got some big boys out there, man. Yeah.
Oh, you guys never spoke to him, right?
Nobody speaks to him now. We usually ignore him. I mean, dude, nobody wants to talk to him. The guy's humongous. He's the sad thing is I can't it's hard for me to gauge weight. You know what I mean? It's hard for me.
Mm.
Look, I'm pretty good at gauging weight up to like 300 pounds. If somebody's up to like 300 pounds, I can gauge it. But dude, when you get up to like into like beyond that, like I can't guess. Dude, the guy might be like you know what I mean? He could be like 400 to 700. I've never seen humans that big before. When the guy
Hey, looks.
moves, we call him door frame because he has to duck to get into the door and he has to move sideways to get through the door frame. It's insane. And during lunchtime, he eats by himself, and everybody on the job site, we eat like on the outskirts, and we all watch him eat in amazement. Because what he gets for lunch is he gets like two Chinese food containers. He puts one on the right side, one on the left side, and he eats them like both simultaneously with like both hands. So he reaches with one hand the chicken wings, and then he reaches in for the pork with the other one. It's insane.
Wait, so all right, so he's sitting on the chair. So there's a
No, no, no. He
Chinese.
doesn't sit on the chair. He has to sit. He has to sit on the sheetrock. There's no chairs that can support him at the job.
That makes sense. So
Yeah.
he's sitting on the cheat rock. So he has 2 plates of Chinese food.
Yep.
So let's say there's a chicken wing there. He takes a bite with his left hand, then he takes a bite with the other right hand. And
Exactly.
you guys look at him like some zoo animal on the side.
We watch him like a zoo animal, dude. Dude, not only that, the disgusting thing about it too is, dude, the security. We had to get security on him one time. I don't know
Hmm.
how it went down, but because like, dude, he's so massive, like he can't fit into the porta potties. So like a regular porta potty, everybody can go and do their business,
Yeah.
but this guy's like a monster. So what he has to do is, we somebody caught him shitting outside on the side of the building, and we only found out he started shitting because, dude, we started getting a fucking rat. We started getting like a rat problem. Cause like the rats, I guess they were eating like his shit, and then they were getting the fucking Mexican tapers sick. Cause after they would eat the poo, they would like scurry across and on the tapers freaking food and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So they had to give
What's
him
this guy's
away.
name other than door frame?
Door frame. That's all we refer to
Door
him
frame.
as.
He's bigger than the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Dude, his hands are like the size of like freaking dinner plates. It's insane.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
he had to play college football, so like 6'7", being that big, like I don't know, man. He's basketball. Well, basketball is just for his height, but since he weighs that much, Probably a college football player. How old is he, you think?
It's hard to say because of how big he is. I think his skin he looks like a baby, but that's because probably his skin is all stretched out. So you know what I'm saying? It's like a balloon. He's filled up like if he lost weight, he'd look like Gordon Ramsay.
So you practically compare him to that Ghostbuster character.
Yeah,
He's so
exactly.
big and he looks like a baby. Oh my God.
No,
Uh,
that's exactly how he is. I mean, dude, nobody can guess his weight, his age. Nobody knows anything. The guy's a savage animal.
yeah, I can imagine just like being next to him. He probably looks so small next to him, being that heavy and everything.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I refuse to walk by him. My friend was telling me go stand next to him. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna stand next to him. Why? So he could dwarf me? What are you out of your mind?
Like, I remember seeing this guy. That I used to go to this bar where my friend Joe used to work at. I remember this guy that was 6'11". He was so huge and everything. And I remember all the bouncers. They all surrounded, just saying, "Hey, just in case this guy gets a little crazy." They're discussing how they're gonna take him down,
Jesus Christ,
just because he's 6'11" and shit.
dude, that's freaking insane. But I guess
Yeah, I was
you
like,
have to, you have
yeah.
to, dude. Dude, a crazy guy like that, you know how many beers he can probably drink, and then he'll go freaking nuts. He'll freaking start killing everybody in there. Who's gonna stop him? What are you crazy? Dude,
Yeah,
what
man.
dude, like those freaking when the Jews heads at the gym, when they end up going getting the roid rage at the gym, they gotta call two like freaking police units at least, because they know that the guys like who's gonna stop a bodybuilder who's like 350 juiced to the balls, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
So,
like what you call, Richard Kalinski, right?
oh yeah, that guy was a monster. That the Iceman.
Yeah, the Iceman. So, when they arrested him, it took like 8 officers to take him down. He was yelling, "Get the fuck away from my wife! Get the fuck away from my wife!" And he was like, what was he, like 6'5", over 300 pounds?
Yeah, and they had to use two handcuffs on him because he was so
Yeah,
massive.
yeah. It's like these are trained officers who probably train how to take people down. It took eight adult officers to take this man down.
And the officers were taking this black man down like that.
So what you call, um, what I was gonna say. So I can imagine like the guy who's 6'11" coming in, just coming in the bar. I can imagine all the bouncers. Yeah, they have to talk about it.
Oh hell yeah. Dude, that guy Richard Kalinski, though, speaking of which, I was talking to Zelly about it before he had a freaking bailout because his anxiety level got too high. He had a bail. But before that happened, we're talking about serial killers, murderers, and stuff. Dude,
Mm.
that guy is like one of my favorite, probably like serial killers. Well,
Yeah.
by favorite, I mean like I'm not like I'm not
No.
crazy,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah. Like
like
interesting.
interesting. Yeah, exactly. Like especially the crazy thing I was saying is like, dude, what the fuck? The weird thing is like he's likable. Like it's weird. He has like a charismatic personality to him when he speaks. Like it's like you're like if you didn't know what he did, you'd be like, dude, this guy seems like he'd be like a cool guy to hang out with or something like that. Like the way he tells the story is like a good storyteller too.
Yeah. I mean, he fooled his family completely. Like they always knew that he did something illegal, but they didn't thought he was that type of person.
Yeah.
It's like, but that guy, I don't know, man. You remember the part when he was crying
About what was he crying about?
about his family? He was like, the only thing that I feel bad that I did, that I hurt my family, that
Yeah.
they found out the stuff I did,
Yeah.
done and everything. He looked like he was forcing that cry, that tear. I don't know what it was. It didn't look like a real emotion. It looked like he forced himself to cry
So
at
what do you
that
think? You
time.
think he was trying to fake it just to try to get some like show that he's a human or something?
Yeah, I really think so. Like, if you really look at him, he's like, oh my God, look at the big ice man, the big tough guy. He's actually tearing. It was just one little tear that it looked like when you try and force yourself to cry and shit. It's
No.
like I really like. I do believe he he cared for his family at some point, but he just cared because it was his object, so it was his kids, so
Yeah.
you can't mess with them. I don't believe he really had an emotional attachment with them. That's my opinion.
Oh, somebody, neurotic Artie saying John Gacy too. John Gacy too. In what sense, Artie? In what sense? In the sense that what, that he also forced a cry, or that he loved his family too. I don't know, I'm trying to see. Because John Wayne Gacy was the psycho. I told you, but man, that was so creepy. He would hire the young boys. He would hire the young boys to work on the homes, and then he would be like, "Oh, you guys want to see this trick that I do?" Because he's a clown and used to do like stupid
Yeah.
stuff. So he's like, "Oh, look at this trick. I got these handcuffs on. Blah blah blah. Turn around. Let me show it to you." They're like, "No, dude, I just want to do my job." He's like, "Come on, turn around really quick. Let me show it to you." So they turn around. He'd put on the handcuffs. And then the kids are like, "All right, take them off." And then they said when he would ask them when the kids would ask him to take it off, like his face would change. And then what he would do is, when they're handcuffed, first thing he would do, blow them, strangle them, and that's it.
That's a evil human being, Jesus.
Dude, at least he blew them.
Yeah.
Listen, dude, that's the least you can do. You're gonna kill me, at least blow me.
Yeah.
So, but dude, they said that after they went to his house, they found like 30 freaking bodies or something like that. Oh, Artie said that he was also charismatic. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I mean, he had to. I mean, he was working as a clown. He had to like manipulate people to hire him and stuff.
Dude, do you think he was a good clown or no? Like, that's what I wonder. I wonder his like reviews as a clown. Was he like a really good clown?
I think so. I mean,
Dude, he couldn't have been that good. No way.
I don't know. People were hiring. I mean,
For children's parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
I mean, other than, I mean, if we didn't know he was a serial killer, he looks like a fun guy. I don't know, like a guy that you could trust a little. But then, like, if you look at his eyes, there's something off about him.
Yeah. You know which part freaked me out with going back a little bit with Kalinski? Dude, the one where he was telling the story where he was driving down south and he's like, "Oh, these redneck boys, they're like," he's like, "I'm just minding my own business driving down south somewhere in Georgia or something." He's like, "These redneck boys, they see that I'm from New York or Jersey." I think it was. He's like, "I guess they wanted to have a little bit of fun with me. So they swerve in my lane, they try to cut me off, they try to scare me." He's like, "That was dangerous. I didn't like that." So he's like, he drives up. He starts speeding, he drives up, he cuts them off, they stop, he gets out with the car, freaking shoots all of them, gets back in the car, and then the guy's like, "You just murdered all of them at this?" And he's like, "Yeah, but they could have killed me," which is a valid point.
Yeah, I mean, he really did have a valid point.
That's a valid point.
They could have killed him, you know. But it's funny, like I mean, you saw the documentary, but if anybody who watched the documentary, it's like he's talking about the murder. It's like, yeah, I stabbed him in the heart. He died. He bled, and then I walked away. It's like no emotions at all. It's not even like he's getting excited or happy or sad. He's like, whatever.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said it was nothing. He said it was just, it was just, it was just money for him. Like, what about the story? You know which story was really crazy? That, if you remember, the one where he said he had to collect money. He goes to this guy. He's like, "Do you have the money?" The guy's like, "Oh, I'll have it later," or "I'll have it." He's like, "Give me a day." He's like, "Okay." Then he comes back. He's like, the guy didn't have the money. He's like, he gets into the house somehow, but he didn't have the money. He's like, all right, now he's pissed because he's like, all right, now you made a fool out of me. Takes out the gun. He's gonna like kill him or something. The guy's like, no, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, God, please don't kill me, oh God, please don't.
Oh yeah.
And he's like screaming to God. He freaking the Iceman starts giggling and laughing. He's like, "Dude, you think God's gonna help you?" He's like, "You know what I'll do?" He's like, "I'm gonna sit down here. I'll give you an hour. Pray to God. If God can save you, I'll let you live." He said, "I sat there for an hour while the guy was begging, praying, everything. Once the hour was up, boom, one shot to the head, and that was it."
Yeah, he even said that he shouldn't have done that. I mean, to me, that was really fucked up. Like, just get her over with.
Dude, it goes to show you don't fuck around. You don't know who you're messing around with. You know what I mean? Like road rage and shit too. Dude, I hear so many crazy stories. There was a story, actually, if you heard about it, this happened a few days ago in Rockaway, I think. This was in Far Rockaway, because, dude, the parking is so bad in Far Rockaway by the
Hmm.
beach. I used to go, Lev used to live there, so when I used to go there, if I drove, dude, you can't find parking. So, dude, somebody supposedly parked in front of some dude's house or something. They didn't move the car. He ends up killing the wrong person. He ends up killing, like, a freaking, like, the driver's kid or something who was 11 over a parking spot.
That is so, man. People gotta relax. It's not that serious,
No, it's pretty
you know?
bad at the parking, dude. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty bad in Rockaway. I'm not saying it's bad enough to kill people, but dude, it's if you've been there, dude, you can't find parking spots.
Yeah, I can imagine, man. It's like insane.
Hell yeah.
Arthur's on it too, or no?
Arthur was yeah. He was chatting. He was looking at it. He was chatting. Um,
Uh,
yeah. What
I was
about?
gonna say he was like so silent right now.
Oh yeah. What about that? Which other one were we talking about? What else? What the hell else did he say? Oh, remember? Oh, what about the time where the dude was at the bar with the other guy and he found out how to use cyanide
Oh yeah,
and he was
from
like
Mr.
freaking.
Softy, right?
Oh, that's another one. Dude, oh my God, how sick is that one where he's talking about Mr. Softy and he's like, that guy was a real psycho. And I'm like, dude, I want to know more about Mr. Softy. I'm like, who the hell's Mr.
Mm.
Softy? So Mr. Softy is was this guy that I guess Kuklinski got to know. I'm not sure how, through the mob or something like that. I don't know.
No,
Cause
yeah, I guess so. I'm not sure. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
no.
he he met him. Yeah, maybe through the mob. I
Yeah,
mean,
because he was
uh,
doing jobs. I think they teamed up to do some jobs, and he said he met Mr. Softy, and he started like learning stuff through him. And Mr. Softy was this crazy guy who would freaking make bombs, and he taught him how to use cyanide, actually how to poison
yeah,
people. But he was making bombs. While he was making bombs, he was selling ice cream. He was like driving around. He said it was a good way to like scope out the area for like the people he had to do hits on, because they were both hitmen.
yeah.
But he said.
Didn't Iceman said that he'll kill your little kids too?
I don't remember. I'm sure that guy would, because he said, dude, he said that guy was a maniac. He was dealing with explosives, blowing shit up all the time,
Yeah,
selling ice cream too. Think about it. What kind of maniac is that? He'll sell you ice cream and then he'll blow you up too.
yeah. Once Kalinski had no use of him, he killed him.
Yeah. No. But also they got into an argument. I think he said he threatened his family or something like that.
No, that was Georgie boy.
Wasn't?
Yeah, his best friend
Mm-hmm.
was Georgie boy. He owed money to the mob, and the mob kept telling him like, "Hey, you got to pay up, and everything." And he, he got annoyed, so he told Kalinski, "Hey, listen, if you don't keep bothering me, I'm gonna go to your family."
Oh.
Then Kalinski got mad, and then one day he found him in a car. So he got in the car with a gun to his head and said, "Why would you say that?" He goes, "Because that's the only way I know will get you nervous and get you off my back." You're right. It did got me nervous, but it's not gonna get me off your back. And he just shot him right there in the head, and that was his best friend. He even said he's like, "Yeah, I like Georgie, but he had to go. He threatened my family."
Yeah. And the Iceman, he started running with Roy DeMeo and those group of psychos. Roy DeMeo was known to be a lunatic.
Oh
He was
yeah,
like super violent. John Gotti was like, dude, he stayed away from that guy.
yeah. They had that Gemini bar.
Yeah, exactly. That was, I think, somewhere in like Flatlands, actually
Yeah.
close to Howard Beach. Yeah, I think John Gotti was staying away from him when he was small time. John Gotti, because that
Hmm.
guy was crazy. And then yeah, he ran with Roy DeMeo. Those guys were known to be like complete. They said that he was like one of the biggest like sociopaths, Roy DeMeo, out of like all the old mobsters and stuff, from what I know.
Yeah. Well, the movie was they did a movie at Iceman. Some of it is true, some of it is not, and everything. But
Hmm.
like, if you didn't notice, like in the beginning of the movie, he looked at Iceman like at his eyes and everything. And he was like, he put a gun to his face, and the Iceman didn't flinch. And he goes, "Do you have a family?" He's like, "Yeah." "So why you act like you don't give a fuck?" I think he noticed. He's like, all right, this guy's kind of like me. He doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah.
And that's why he probably hired him. He's like, all right, he will do anything.
Yeah. Well, I was talking, like I said before about it. Like his first hit was crazy. He was in the car with the mob, and the guys are like, "You want to work for us?" Yeah. He's like, "All right." They're like, "First person you see, get out the car and shoot them." He sees some guy walking his dog. Poor bastard gets out the car, goes behind him, shoots him, kills him. They're like, "All right, you're hired." That's it. That was his first hit.
Yeah. Wasn't his first kill, but first hit. Yeah. But yo, let me ask you something. I believe he killed many people. But do you believe he killed that many people?
No, I don't actually. There's some books and other things that I read about it. They're saying that he's actually lied a lot about it. Have you read those things or no?
Yeah, I heard about him lying about it, but here's the one thing. Like, I listened to this guy on YouTube, Michael Francis
Oh,
or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like.
yeah. Michael
Yeah,
Franchise. Yeah, yeah, the mob
yeah,
guy.
yeah. He's you know
Big time, big time.
big time and everything. Now, I understand why they don't want to associate with a guy Kalinski, because
What did he say? What did he say? What did Michael Franchise say?
he said like he lied about a lot of stuff, and he said like I didn't like that guy. That guy was a psychopath. He's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff he did. Then he goes, but he killed over this many people. Where do you got the time to do that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now here's the thing. He's no longer with the mob, whatever, but he's not gonna talk bad about it. Now I do understand one thing. Like like where do you got the time to kill over 100 people? Like I don't know how you do that.
No, he said he killed over like 200. No, no, no. I don't believe
Yeah.
those numbers. Listen, don't get me wrong. I would still recommend reading his book. They
Mm.
actually have the free audio book on YouTube of the Iceman. It's a great listen. But yeah, yeah, he said he killed over 300 people or something. Plus, he said at the end, he said he killed what's his name, the
Um,
union leader. What's his name?
yeah, yeah. Damn, I
The
forgot his name.
Teamsters Union.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Jimmy Hoffa, yeah, he said that
Yeah.
supposedly he knows that they killed him or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he probably lied just to get, money, get some certain things and everything. But I'm pretty sure he killed a lot of people. Like, I don't know how many, but I'm pretty sure he killed a lot of people. But I don't believe the numbers 300, 200. That's just insane. Even 100 to me is insane. I don't think people from the army killed 100 people. Like a
No, no,
war.
no. There's people that
Yeah.
killed a lot of people in the army. But like,
Over 100 people. Maybe
oh
like
hell
in a
yeah, and the
bomb.
army confirmed kills, yeah.
Maybe like a bomb. And I don't know.
No, 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 like snipers especially. They just sit there and just snipe people.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But it's kind of true. I mean, I don't know where you have the time to do that.
Nah, dude, in the army, hell yeah, they killed. What's his name? Dude, Samuel Bull Gravano. He's still out, and he's from Bensonhurst. He's confessed, and this is confirmed. He's confessed, I think, to like 26 murders. This is just confessed to 26 murders. Who the hell
Yeah, but
knows how many killed?
some of the confession was through hits, right? But some that he did it, the murder, some of it was hits and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's a acceptable number, but it's still like to me, it's just like I don't know, man. Like I don't know how you're gonna kill that many people.
Well, dude, think about it. Think about it. John Wayne Gacy. They found what, like almost 30 bodies. What about the Long Island serial killer? They got like 15 bodies out in Gilgo Beach, right over here, right in my
Yeah.
backyard. They got like 15 bodies in the back, somewhere. I don't know. And they think. Who do you think it is? The freaking Long Island serial killer. Who do you think it is? Somebody was saying it's a cop. I heard big information. Everybody saying it's a cop because the burlap sacks that they're using and the way that he disposes the bodies. Like I don't know. Because you would think that that road
Mm.
where they park, there's nobody there. I mean, cops only pass by. That's who really passes by. Only cops pass by that road, usually in the dead of night. So I don't know. I feel like if you're just a regular car pulled over, dude, it's a pretty risky move. Cause if like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
pulled over, who's ever passing, they're gonna see that the car's pulled over, and the cops pass
Yeah.
by there or they're parked. So
Yeah, it might be a cop, might be a friend of a cop, might be a guy who has family members of the cop. It might be somebody who's had some relation with the cops.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
They said what? I was reading before that they say that currently, actively, they have around like 10 active serial killers, I think, in the United States.
It's
Yeah.
insane, man.
Hell yeah.
Like I told you about this story of that I met a serial killer.
Yes, you did. Can you tell it to the audience, to the friend? This is a crazy story. This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the volume up a little bit. I want everybody to hear this one. This will put chills down your spine, and you might not even be able to sleep tonight once you hear the story.
Yeah, man. Like,
Take us back.
all right, I think I was like 7 or 8 years old. I was a young kid. I used to go to this therapy with my mom somewhere. I don't remember where, but usually after the therapy, we either call a cab or my dad will pick us up. That day we called a cab. So we're waiting for the cab, and then this guy came out. Hey, I'm the cab driver and everything. The therapist came out. She was like this. Hold on, guys. She looked at him, and then she went up to him and started asking a bunch of questions. So and so, like, hey, you're the cab. What's your name? Oh, all right. So they're going to this area. This takes about 20 to 25 minutes. And she goes, right in front of the guy. She goes, hey, give me a call once you get home, and everything. And the guy was like laughing and giggling, which I found it a little weird. So while we're in the cab ride, he was making a bunch of little stupid jokes. He was actually kind of funny and charming, whatever. But I don't know. I feel like there was something off about this guy. I don't know. I was like, why are you making all these type of jokes and stuff like? And then he dropped us off.
Do you remember what kind of jokes he was making?
I don't know. It was like stupid little kid jokes, and then jokes to my mom. Actually, I kind of remember him asking a lot of questions. For some reason, I was like this, like, why are you asking so many questions? I was an 8-year-old kid. I was a little confused what was going on, but I was just like, this guy's asking too many questions, being too friendly. All I remember, he was like, he had a big nose with a mustache and everything. He was, I guess, kind of a little overweight, but like, I don't know, he was very talkative and everything through the whole trip. So he dropped us off and everything. 2 weeks later, while we went to the therapist, she showed us a newspaper. This is a guy who picked you up, right? And then we looked at it. Oh wow, that is a guy. So this guy supposedly, he was a cab driver, but he supposedly, he'll drive around the neighborhood around, I guess, that area, pick up people and kill them. I don't remember his name. I asked my mom about it. She doesn't remember. She's trying to find out like what's his name, but yeah, we escaped a serial killer. And if it wasn't for our therapist stepping out and asking a bunch of questions and let it be known that she see his face and she knows that we're supposed to be at the house 20 to 25 minutes and everything, probably the reason why he didn't kill us. Or maybe that was just, one of his jobs, but yeah, it was just weird. I was like a little shocked, but I was looking at the newspaper. I was like, yo, that's the fucking guy.
Do you remember what year this was? This had to be what, like 15, 20 years ago? No, I mean like 15, 20. What? More actually.
No,
what am I saying?
more,
You were like
yeah.
how
Like,
small were
I
you?
think I was 7 or 8 years old.
Okay,
I was living in Sunset Park still.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was like 7 or 8 years old. Like I was second grade or first grade, one of those two. But yeah, I mean, like that shit was insane. And I was just looking, I was like, wow, like this guy who killed. I think he killed like 3 people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He was a cab driver.
Yeah.
It's a good way to pick up victims, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. And this guy, I'm telling you, like, I guess he's the typical serial killer, charismatic, talkative, joking around, asks a lot of questions. When I see this documentary, they always make the serial killer always asking a bunch of questions, and he was doing the same thing.
Why do you
It
think
was kind of,
why do you think the therapist let you guys get in the car instead of stopping you guys? You think it was that because she was unsure, or you think she was like, because that's
she
crazy.
was
If
pro-
she knew,
mm,
if she thought I would think she would be like, yo, hold on, don't take this cab. Instead, she's like, all right, take it, call me in 20 minutes. Imagine if you guys don't call. She's like, fuck, messed up.
yeah. I mean, it's not like she. The only reason why she asked him a bunch of questions, she just told us like I don't know, like she said she told my mom like there was something
Mhm.
off about him, like the way he looked and the way he was just waving the
Mhm.
out, just rolling the window and everything.
What the hell?
And
What a freak.
yeah, yeah. I mean, all honesty, I just found it a little weird when she said, "Hey, call me in 20 minutes, 20 25 minutes when you
Yeah.
get home." He just started giggling. I was just looking at him like, why he's laughing?
He's laughing because he's like, you guys are gonna be chopped up and on the West Side Highway in about 40 minutes. And then probably when she's like, call or something, probably scared him away. You guys got
Yeah,
lucky.
yeah, really did. Or either we got really lucky, or B, that was one of his, calls. I'm pretty sure he's when he was scoping out victims or pick up victims, he didn't do it while he was working. Probably like
Oh no, I'm sure he did.
yeah,
I'm sure he did if
yeah,
the opportunity presents itself. Like let's say he picks up a
yeah,
victim at like 10, 11 p.m. The victim's drunk, intoxicated, and they have to go to like some area that's far out of the way where he has to take a path where there's no cars there. He's like, okay. And the victim, like, let's say, God forbid, this poor victim falls asleep in the back seat. Dude, this is easy pickings for him. Think about it. He'll drive to some little side road that he knows. He's a taxi driver, so their brain works different than regular people because they said they analyze like cab drivers' brains. Their brains know everything.
yeah.
So he already knows wherever, whatever neighborhood he's at. Like if he's in Bedsters, he's like, if I got to kill somebody in Bedsters, I'm gonna go here. If I got to kill somebody on Brighton Beach, I'm gonna go under the boardwalk in the Alki or in the Alki Den or something. You know.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, to this day, I actually remember this guy's face very clearly because, like I said, that little giggle laugh he did when the therapist said, "Give me a call once you get home, 20 25 minutes." Like even as a kid, I was like, "Why is he laughing? Like,
Mhm.
what the hell's going on?" You know?
Yeah. Jesus.
I think he was a Rangers fan too. For some reason, I feel like he was talking about hockey too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, who knows how many serial killers we bumped into or talked to?
Yeah, I was actually asking that question too. I was asking, I think Zelly the same thing. I was saying, like, can you imagine throughout our whole like day while we're walking and stuff? You think you ever bump into like serial killers and stuff? You have to. 100% you have to. Especially living in New York City. Listen, if you're living in the middle of Kansas, you freaking bump into like farmers, goat fuckers, like an occasional like I don't know, flasher or something like that, but I doubt serial killers.
No, actually, fuck. Well, all honesty, if you know, I mean, well, Kansas City is kind of hot and everything, but like, who's that guy that was based on Leatherface?
Oh yeah, Ed Gein, the
Where he was
classic.
from?
Was that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy?
Yeah, yeah, but he wasn't from Texas. He was from Arkansas, right? Or
Was he? Arthur, can you pull that up? Ed Gein.
I feel like he was like somewhere down in the Midwest,
Could be.
uh,
Yeah. Well, you were
Dakota
saying, yeah,
or Dakota. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, somebody gotta look it up because I'm not that sure.
Nah, no. You're right. There's a lot of maniacs out there, especially gun-related fatalities. That's all.
Hmm.
A lot of I mean, some happen in the cities. A lot happen in the woods. Like there was this freaking case. It was funny. It happened in Alaska. So in Alaska, you can buy a bunch of guns and shit. So there was this case. Some kids bought like AK-47s or something, and some dude cut them off. So they just freaking shot at the car. They end up hitting the guy in the head and killing him. It was a crazy case, like, cause the guy just cut them off. The kids just got the guns. They shot the guy in the head, and I forgot how they freaking. Oh, oh. The friends ended up confessing because I think they felt guilty or something about it. But it's like random crazy shit like that. They were saying in the woods, Ed Gein, to look up Ed Gein. They were saying,
Again,
yeah, yeah.
he's from. Where he's from? Early life.
Dude.
Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Lacoste Country, Wisconsin.
All right, yeah, so that's redneck. Dude, I heard every case is on Discovery ID. Like I said, on the Discovery ID, a lot of the people that get killed in the woods, what happens is it's crazy. Dude, it freaks me out because some guy can just take a gun and shoot you, and then a lot of the deaths that they find in the woods, they're like, oh, it was a hunting accident.
Yeah.
There was a serial killer like that. He was blasting people, I think, in freaking in like Alaska also. In Alaska, there's a lot of maniacs out there, dude. If you go there, it's a bunch of fugitives that freaking run away, and they're armed to the teeth and drunk as shit and just crazy rednecks.
I feel like it's also because it's very cold. I don't know why. I got like a theory, like
Wait, hold on.
like
What's the
you,
theory here?
I usually like some of these serial killers that are from the cold and everything.
Yo, oh shit, it's Finger Hut. Oh my bad. Yo, dude, Finger Hut, I'm gonna have to freaking get you in one day, man.
I feel like the cold remind them of misery, so that's why they sometimes a lot of them they kill during winter time, and they go to the woods too.
Dude, I don't know. Dude, nothing much, man. Just chill. Sorry, I'm just replying to
Mm.
Finger Hut. Dude, just freaking chilling, having this show. Dude, hell yeah, I can't wait to have you on, man. But with the cold, you know what it is? I don't know if it's true with the cold, because think about it. In the city and everywhere else, dude, think about it. What did they say? In the summer, the blood's running thick and people are getting blasted. You know what I mean? Think
Oh
about it.
yeah,
In the summer, there's always
mm.
shootings and killings. Everybody's pissed off.
Well, usually like people who are really crazy, and if they're not taking the medication, the heat just drives them crazy even more.
You think so? Is it that the medication drives them crazier? In the heat?
Well, if they're not on medication, and the heat is just gonna get you even more crazier. It's like a dog like going
That's
crazy in the
true.
heat.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
But I guess the cold too. You know what I mean? With the cold, it's the same thing. I mean, the cold, it's true. It's like the misery, depression, sadness.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? People are pent up. I think a lot of like suicides happen in the winter. Like I was talking,
Yeah.
dude. I got this theory. I was telling at work. I was telling at work people. I said, listen, people who commit suicides. I'm like, I guarantee you, most suicides happen Sunday night or Monday. I'm like, nobody's fucking killing themselves on Friday. And especially if it's a 3-day weekend, dude, nobody's killing themselves on a 3-day weekend. That'd be fucking nuts.
No.
Everybody would hate you. First of all, imagine if your friend kills themselves on a 3-day weekend, on like a Memorial Day weekend. You're like, dude, you fucked up.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. So how's your knee?
My knee's still fucked up.
Yeah. You've been
Oh,
icing it.
my knee? Hell no. Haven't been icing it. Haven't been doing it. Shit. Hold on.
Yeah, man.
Let me see. 1 second. Let me see. Fingerhut was saying I have a crazy serial killer story too. It happened to a friend of mine. My buddy was drinking with some nut job, and then he left the bar, went to the motel next to the Wantagh Parkway, and killed a guy in the room and tied him up and sodomized him with a leg chair. Jesus, dude.
That's crazy.
Dude. You know what? You know what's actually crazy too about like these psychos, dude. In construction, there's so many fucking maniacs out there. Because, dude, in construction, there's a bunch of like murderers and killers out there. You don't know who the fuck you're fucking with. You got to be careful. Um, you have to be careful with those people because like nobody does a background check on you. That's a great job to get into. You can get paid well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can get out of jail. So what happened was this happened at work. There was this laborer at work. So a laborer is in charge of just like cleaning up shit, and I'm a
Hmm.
carpenter, and I was working with this other carpenter, and this carpenter was like this older guy. He's like in his 50s, this carpenter. So people in their 50s, they're just miserable and pissed usually. They're ready to fucking retire. They're
Yeah.
angry. So he just and this laborer starts taking out garbage. That's not supposed to be garbage. We're supposed to use it. So my coworker comes up to the laborer. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck? Don't throw this shit out." And he's on a baker. A baker's like this like platform, whatever.
Mm.
So he's like, "Don't fucking throw this out." He's like yelling at him and shit. So the freaking laborer comes in. He starts fucking kicking the baker, trying to top the baker over so the guy falls and like fucking dies. I have to run over there and like scream at the guy. I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck?" I'm like, "Dude, stop." The guy's like a
Shit.
fucking psycho. And then, but the funny thing is, like, even though that shit happens, like, nobody cares afterwards. Like, fights happen. Dude, there was one time, there was this fucking crazy nut job guy. He would throw a hammer at, like, the laborers if he would get an argument with them. He would throw a fucking hammer at them. And he would miss, but I don't think he'd miss on purpose. He would just get so angry, he'd just throw it, and it's like, you're like, all right, I guess this guy's a fucking maniac. Let's just continue working, hoping, hopefully nothing fucking happens.
But isn't it hard to get fired in those type of jobs since you guys are in the union?
It's hard if it. You know what it is? It's hard to. I guess it all depends too. It's like, dude, if you're doing your job and people like you, you can get away with a lot of shit, dude. There's this psycho. Oh shit. Here's this story. There's this fucking psycho we worked with. He was this foreman on this one job I was working with. Everybody knew him as he was fucking crazy. He had the craziest anger problems I've ever seen. So what would happen is he would just fucking lose his shit, start punching holes in the drywall over like the smallest fucking shit, and everybody would like roll their eyes and be like, "Yo, what the fuck's wrong with this guy?" So this happened one time. So look, we played a prank on him. So what happened was the foreman's over there, and one of my friends is calling the foreman, and when the foreman picks up the phone, he hangs up on him. And he's like, "Hello, hello." He's like, "Fuck, what the fuck?" And then I'm sitting with the foreman, and then he calls him again, and he hangs up on him again. So the second time he calls him, he fucking takes the phone, he fucking smashes it and breaks it, starts beating the shit out of the table, cursing like crazy.
What the fuck?
In front of me. And this is over like he breaks his own phone because somebody hung up on him and he's not even sure that the person hung up on him. And the other guy's laughing. After I found him, my friend, I told him, I'm like, "Yo, he can never know that you fucking did that on purpose."
Oh my god. So he broke his own phone. He had to pay money to buy the phone. What the hell's wrong with this guy, bro?
Dude,
Is he an alcoholic?
No,
Or
no.
Bad anger problem?
No, like horrible anger problems. This is like, you know what I mean? This guy's old school, so he grew up in, this is old school construction guys. Like a lot of old school construction guys, they're fucking just nuts. This is like just how, that's how the old generation was. Everybody was pissed off.
Hey, let me ask you something. What do you think about the Jake Paul and the Woodley fight?
I don't know shit. I want you to break it down, actually.
I don't know, man. Like,
thank you, man.
I think anybody could win.
You got to tell me you wanted to break that fight down before for me. You were
Well,
actually because
well,
I was saying before. I said I thought that kid Jake Paul freaking has no shot at beating Woodley, and you actually changed my mind.
Yeah, I think it's really. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if Jake Paul wins. I wouldn't be surprised if Woodley wins. Here's the thing. That guy Woodley, he's 39. He's probably the top 3 best welterweight in his division, MMA, of all time. But the thing is, he's 39 years old. This is a boxing match. Believe it or not, Jake Paul actually has some skills. You know, it's better skills than his older brother. He actually could punch straight, hard. He has power punches, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So he's 39. He's a smaller guy than Jake Paul. Woodley's like 5'9", 171. Jake Paul's naturally like 6'2", 191. So it's like, it wouldn't surprise me if Jake Paul wins, you know? Like, here's the thing with Woodley. Yeah, he has some boxing skills and the MMA thing and everything, but the striking punches is a little different. But he is actually a very good striker. But the thing is, I think I've seen one of his fights. Like he'll box you and then try to wrestle you and take you down. Now he has to do this for what they're fighting for 8 rounds and everything. So I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight for Woodley. You know, but I'll tell you this: it's gonna be one of the hardest fights for Jake Paul. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So the fight, once that fight comes in, we'll see who wins. There's a good chance Jake Paul might win, but Woodley could win easily. You know. I just don't think it's gonna be a one-sided fight like everybody's saying. You're like, oh, Jake Woodley, he knows how to box. You know, I'm like, yeah, MMA, but like if you see it, I mean, he punched really hard. He does punch really hard. But once he punch you, he actually throws a wild punch, and then he'll try take you
Wrestle
down.
you, yeah. Because he's a wrestler.
You know? Yeah, which it worked great for him. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer, right? Or he's a future.
Future, I think they're saying future. But if he loses that fight, I doubt he's gonna get that Hall of Fame.
No, he's gonna get the Hall of Fame. This is boxing.
He should. But who knows? But it's stupid
look,
now. It's
no
stupid.
doubt.
But it's stupid. But you know what the thing is too? It's like, dude, people were saying this. Even if he loses, it's like, dude, no freaking boxer is willing to step into the MMA ring because they'll get their ass kicked.
Well, yeah, you know, it's like Canelo said. He goes, there was this MMA fighter who was saying, oh, this and that, why you don't come step in? He's like, no. It was like, what you do is what you do. I respect what you do, you know? Just don't come to my sport because it's going to, you know, there's going to be a different situation and everything. It's just that it's just two different fighting styles and everything, you know? And I don't know why, but this is why Jake Paul is making a lot of money. He's pick and choosing the right type of fighter, right type of MMA fighters to win. You know, I don't think it's going to be like 100%. I wouldn't bet on Jake Paul winning, but Jake Paul has a good chance of beating Woodley. Without a doubt.
How about
It's
your
not
own?
It's not going to be an easy fight.
How about your own personal boxing venture? You're now what? You're still an amateur. When is your first fight coming up? And do you know who you think? What weight class will you be fighting in? And when's the soonest that we can see you in the ring?
Well, my trainer, when was it? Monday, he already told me straight up. He's like, he already told all the fighters, like, yo, it's time for you guys to start cutting weight. They're opening up the competitions. So this week, he's been riding me hard. Like, I'm been sparring nonstop.
And what are you weighing in right now?
Like in the 180s.
And what are you gonna get down to? 155? You said?
No, he wanted me to fight at 165. If I can't make it, 160 or 165. If I can't make it there, I'll fight the 170s. I'm gonna be realistic. I think I'm gonna end up fighting the 170s.
What are you trying to do with this? What's your age right now? How old are you?
34.
You're 34. Are you doing this to? What are you doing? You're trying to. Is this some people would say this is a midlife crisis, Rob? You're too old. Hang it up. What are you doing? Are you saying, listen, you're fucking Rocky Balboa. Fuck you. I'm gonna come out. You might make it pro. What do you do? What are you trying to accomplish? What is this gonna go? Is this a personal venture? Is this a venture to show to people? Is this for the older guys like me and you to give us inspiration in life to show just because you're old it doesn't mean you're out of the game, that you can still fucking achieve a lot of things. What's the message here? Because there's a message. I'm sure there is.
I just miss competition. This is all about me being competitive, you know, like anybody could do it at any age, you know. But he told me straight up, like, he goes, but if you want to do it, you better do it now, you know. Don't think about it, just do it now. And I was like, all right, I'm ready. He's like, that's what's up, you know. He's like, don't prolong it. And he's been riding me hard, like he's been having me spar with this guy, that guy, like. Wednesday, I was sparring with this heavyweight with 250. I think he weighs 250, maybe like 240. And he punched hard and shit. But my body was kind of like beating up for the last 2 days because, you know, it was like a lot of work, training, a lot of doing a bunch of core workouts, a lot of cardio, a lot of running, a lot of sprinting. It's just a tough. I mean, I would say a sport, but to me, I feel like this is the hurt business. Any type of fighting sport, you can't play with it. It's fighting.
How
You
far
have to
how
fight.
far do you see yourself going? What is the dream? Is the dream going pro, fighting for the fucking WBC belt eventually if it comes to that? What do you see? You're not Are you putting any limitations? Is this
Uh, my limitations is winning. I'm gonna win every fight.
And how's the support been from the family, the friends? Is everybody behind you? I'm sure they are. Nobody is anybody
Yeah,
saying like,
yeah. Like my girl, she sees me always like working out and everything.
hmm
Other than like with the coronavirus, the busted rib, and the Lyme disease that happened to me a few months ago.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
You
whoa,
know.
whoa, 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 Lyme disease. Hold on.
But yeah, I told you a tick bit me.
Wait, how
So
bad was it?
it wasn't that bad because I picked it out of my skin.
But that was just a
But
preventative measure treatment.
yeah, preventative measure. She was like this. She was like, I was like, it was going inside my skin, and I took it out, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I took a picture. It was a deer tick, a female deer tick,
hmm
and yeah, I was on medication on that. While that, I was having the coronavirus. While that, I was suffering a bruise injury I had through a sparring match not that long ago during that time. So it was just like all at once.
How was the
So
coronavirus on you? I saw it was a little bit difficult. It was a little hard on you, but you pulled through.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't get any fever. I was just
hmm
very weak. Like I never felt that so fatigued in my life ever in my life. It was like a flu times 10. I don't
hmm
know, without the fever. You know.
Yeah.
And just the simple fact that I was taking the antibodies for the Lyme disease, and then my ribs were bruised up and everything. I was suffering
hmm
from that. So I was just like, it was just fucked up. And then after being like a month and a half not boxing, not training, while I was like not running or not anything, it was hard, to come back. Like in the beginning, my trainer didn't want me to spar. He's like, "Nah, I don't want you to spar for now. Give it another 2 or 3 weeks." And the last 2 weeks I've been sparring, but I could tell like I'm out of boxing shape, because I was just dying fighting through the rounds,
hmm
you
Yeah.
know.
But
But
now you.
this week I had a good sparring match. Monday I practically controlled the fight, the the match. It was even, but I controlled it. The second one, I was sparring with this kid that he was from MMA. He trained as an MMA guy, but he wants to learn how to box because he wants to know how to box inside and everything, whatever. Um, that was kind of easy. I mean, it was, you know. Then
So when is the fight coming up now? It's just he's just saying that it's booking up, and that's it. You just got to start cutting weight and watching what you
yeah,
eat now, right? Pretty much.
yeah, pretty much because one of the other trainers had a fight and everything, and they just allowed two people, for each fighter.
hmm
And I guess it went well, so they're like, okay, let's start opening up. I guess there's gonna be a certain limit. I don't think it's gonna be a big crowd, but I think it's gonna be more than two people you
hmm
are allowed. Which I'm glad. But
Yeah.
yeah, like this summer, I don't care. Like today was fucking hot as shit. I did my 3 miles. I mean, I did it within 29 minutes. I gotta get it down to 21 to
hmm
24 minutes. You know?
Dude, you'll get there, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
You're killing it. Listen, you got to go easy a little bit too. You're an old guy. We're not young anymore. That's just that's how it is. We're old guys. We're doing the best we can. The fuck do you want from me?
no, yeah. Well, we're old if we think we're old.
No, exactly, dude. I don't think I'm old. Listen, I'll fucking.
Yeah,
I don't care.
you did like what, 29 miles not that long ago?
Yeah, right after work too. I did it after
Yeah.
work just to prove to myself I can do it. I don't know. I just pushed
Hmm.
myself. You know, yeah. I forgot what it was. I don't know. I heard that somebody did it. I heard that somebody was running marathons or something. A day, I read like an article that somebody was able to run a marathon a day or something. I was like, dude, you know what? I bet I can do something like that. So I just started training for it. After
Mm.
work, I did 10 miles, 15, 19, 20, and then I got up to I did the 26.2. I did the marathon, and I was happy with that. Then,
Nice.
People at work were shocked. They're like, dude, what the hell do you mean? They're like, what do you mean? Because we're working construction. So after construction, as soon as I get out working construction, I'm like, I'm going to go run for like 4 or 5 hours right now. I'm going to go run
Would you
across the
consider
bridge.
doing a marathon, the
What was
November
that?
thing? Would you consider doing the November marathon?
I don't know if I would consider do. I mean, if I could get in for free, because you have to raise money to get in, so I don't think I would do it. I do it for myself. You know what I mean? I can
Mm.
just run a marathon. I'm like, here, I ran the marathon. It's like I'm not competing with anybody. Plus, to compete, if I'm competing for a marathon, I don't have the body type to compete for it. If I would want to compete for a marathon, you have to be very lean and skinny to be at the top.
Small.
If I'm gonna compete for a marathon, I would have to be like 150. I'm 220 right now, and I already lost a bunch of weight because, like I said before, I think I was up to like 275, 280 when I was at the gym. And at the gym it was great because at the gym I was a monster, I was a beast. When I'd walk through the streets, when I was working in the Port Authority in Manhattan, I had a big beard and I was 275, 280. The streets would part like I was Moses. I had respect on the streets. I liked it. But then again, it's like basically playing NBA 2K. You know what I mean? I put
Yeah.
all my stats in power, and then I didn't put my stats into anything else because all I had was power. But I didn't have speed, I didn't have agility, I didn't have anything else. So I'm most happiest, I think, at like around something like just like overall when I can do like pull-ups, push-ups, when I can
Mm.
do a lot of like calisthenics and stuff like that. It feels good. It's good for longevity. It's good for health. At the gym, it's not as good because you're weaker, but you can either go full strength. Like I said, those guys, the mountain, all of those guys, dude, I was telling you, those guys are freaks. They're freaks, they're psychos. Those people have all sleep apnea. They can't even do anything except freaking have the CPAP machine, and then they go to the gym. They blast a bunch of crazy weights. Don't get me wrong, the weights they're blasting
Yeah.
are incredible. But then afterwards, they can't even walk around the block. Like if they'd walk around the block, they'd be out of breath. Like I wouldn't want to be like that, you
Yeah,
know?
like that's I don't
Yeah.
know, man. That to me is the extreme
Yeah.
levels, like
Yeah. Well, but like I
like
was saying, when I was at like 275, it wasn't like I was at that crazy extreme level, but I definitely felt it. Like there was like weird shit happening. I had to like when I was getting out of bed, I had to start doing like a leg swing. Like when I'd get out, I have to like swing my
mm,
leg to like help me get up. I'm like, dude, what the hell is this? I'm like, how am I have to? I had to pick up my like leg and swing it to like give me up. I'm like, dude, what the hell is that? I'm like, this can't be normal. But like I said, then I'd wake. Look, so this was my routine. I'm like 275, 280. I'd wake up on Saturday at like 6 a.m. when everybody's sleeping. I'd freaking drive to McDonald's. I
yeah.
drive to McDonald's. I get like the whatever they have, like the breakfast meal, which is like I forgot what's the best one. Audio
Mm.
Tech. What's the one that they got over there that you love?
I would never eat
What I
something
know you
else.
wouldn't eat it, you liar. But what's the one that you like?
McGriddle.
The McGriddle. Yeah, yeah. So I get like the McGriddle on like with the extra maple syrup, and then I get like four hash browns with a large coffee and a large orange juice. I'd shoot that down. A large coffee, large orange juice. I'd shoot that down. Then I take pre-workout, and then I'd go into the gym for like 3 hours. And this
Oh
is
shit.
breakfast. So first of all, I'm not even burning all of those calories out.
Mm.
What's going on over there? What do you,
Uh,
so
I'm gonna eat something right now.
it's fine. You have to go.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. I didn't eat nothing for a
Oh,
few
okay.
hours.
All right, that's fine. All right, man.
Sorry, man.
No, no, no. It's all good. I'll let you go. Yo, it was
All right,
good
man.
hearing from you, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Thanks
Take
for
care.
letting me be on the show.
Dude, thank you for
Later.
being on it. Take care.
Later.
Later. See. You got it? What the hell? What are you doing? You able to call? What's wrong with you? Oh, there we go. All right, cool. All right, he ended the call. Oh, got the pizza. Where's this one?
You have to get finger head off.
Hold on. Okay, so anyway, I was saying, yeah, so I'd eat all this food. I'd go to the gym, blast a bunch of weights, and then I'd go back. It didn't feel. I mean, it felt amazing. It felt great, but overall, it was horrible for just I don't know, just work, running, anything else. At the gym, it felt great. Outside of the gym, not so much. So I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah. I mean, it was great seeing Rob. I see Fingerhut messaged me. We're gonna have him on. Oh, I forgot to ask Rob. I hopefully when he sees this episode, man, I forgot. Shout out to Arthur and Rob. They're supposed to have a head-to-head battle. Actually, we're gonna have them. But actually, Arthur was asking about it. I forgot. But they're supposed to have a debate about keto diet versus vegetarian or something like that. I don't know if Rob might be. What is it? Pescatarian, right? Pescatarian, right? Audio tag. It's like when it's just like seafood now. I don't know, because he's flirting with both ideas. He went from like vegetarian to pescatarian. So he wants to do a challenge. They want to do a head-to-head. Arthur is full keto. Arthur actually switched now from carnivore to Mediterranean keto because his cholesterol level is so high, it's actually scaring him. He thinks he might die. So there's that. Because you know what I mean? He admitted. He said, like, dude, what if I'm wrong? It is the right thing to do. Because first of all, he was like, dude, I'm all carnivore, all keto. But the doctor kept telling him, he's like, dude, your cholesterol level is crazy high. You got to watch out, blah, blah, blah. And I kept telling him, I said, dude, what if you're wrong? And he's like, you know what? I'm going to switch to the Mediterranean diet, but Mediterranean keto. So hopefully that works out for him. But yeah, they want to have a head-to-head battle. Fingerhut messaged me. This guy has freaking beautiful person. Freaking great discussions. Love the guy. We're going to have him on. Overall, great podcast. Thank you for listening. Over and out.